Okay, so we were talking about the jump. Okay, so as we said, because when you look on your beam, you have a clockwise moment at D. This will cause an upward jump from minus 40 to plus 80. And then after this point, I will go back to my shear graph. So after this point, I have I continue my distributed load. My shear is constant. Okay. So since my shear is constant after this part, then M will be linear, and because it's a negative shear, so M is linear decreasing, and the value of shear here is minus 40. So the slope here will be minus 40. And to make sure, I should have a final value of bending moment equal to 0. Why? Because at the end of my beam, I don't have a couple, I don't have a fixity, so I should end by 0. I can verify this because the variation of M is equal to this area minus this area because V is negative. This area here is 2 times 40, it's 80. So I should go downward, I should have a decrease in moment equal to 80. So since my value was 80, then the final value here will be 80 minus 80 will be equal to 0. Okay, so here I verified that I will end by 0. When it is, yes, if you have a counterclockwise couple, it will be a downward jump. If you have a clockwise couple, you will have an upward jump in bending moment. Okay. No, I will not give you 3D distributed load. Okay, it's fine. Any question on this problem? Okay, so let us do now.
Doctor,
Yeah,
how much problems is the exam?
I didn't finish the preparation of the exam, but
Okay, but
it will be
excuse me, but
less than
yes,
10 because you have some problems that will take some time. Less than 10 problems.
yes, and no, it will not be like you're gonna put two chapters together or something. خلاص يعني bending moment we know it's chapter 7 وهيك, right?
ايه بس look يعني في مثلا equilibrium 3D, let's say equilibrium, you should know the chapter of moments very well. يعني لازم تعرفوا unit vector, لازم تعرفوا how to get the moment of a force about a point. يعني ما فينا نقول انه it's separate chapters, no. يعني you should study.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you should know the previous chapters to be able to do the remaining part.
Doctor, excuse me, one more question. In
Yeah.
chapter 4, we we had the last part that we did not study for the previous exam. But في two things that we have, right? The distributed load and when we want to get x and y. Do you remember? Do you understand what I'm saying?
What do you mean by accent one?
There's something we asked you about on the group to
اه
calculate the distance.
هذا we did it بالinternal forces problem. يعني look, you should but this is why I'm telling you you cannot say separate chapters. يعني okay, I told you انه 4 study after the exam, but you should know chapter 4 كله لانه chapter 4 will tell you how to get the moment of a force and you need it in your equilibrium problems. Okay. Uh, so you need to know these concepts. You need to know the principle of action reaction. We did it already here when I did this problem with you. I told you that when يعني هي تدخلها بالاكويليبريوم if you want. When you have two parts, you will divide your structure into two because if you take it as it is, you have four unknowns. So you cannot solve it. Okay, لأنه you have here a pin and at A pin and at C a pin. So you have here a x, a y, and you have Cx, Cy. So no possibility to solve it in just taking the whole structure. You should divide it into two. So you will take AB first and you will take BC after. And you know from action reaction هذا the first principle we used in يعني when you have it is one of Newton principles that is very important. If you have any two parts in contact by action reaction, the force of BC on AB will be opposite to the force of AB on BC. This is why if you decided to take BX BY on AB that way, you should take the opposite when you consider BC. Okay? هيدي principle Marisa منا chapter يعني it's the concept of action and reaction.
So, doctor, is it enough if we solve all the exercises of chapter 6 and
Yes,
7, or
it is
advise us to go over it?
Yes, of course. Okay.
Doctor,
Yeah.
do you remember the question I asked about yesterday? It was about on the group.
Yeah.
When I had the two member frame, and I don't know, yani, the sense of the force has changed on the other part.
In which problem, Karen?
Hala, you were explaining. Can you go back to the problem, please?
Okay.
Okay. For in هيداك problem, I took CB, calculated أول شيء the reactions at C, took
Okay.
إنه two frame member reactions at B are the opposite.
It's not.
بس
No,
بعد
no, Karen. It's not a two frame member. نحن شو الكونديشن تنقول إنه it's a two frame member؟ إنه it's you have only forces at 2 points at C and B بس هون عندك distributed load. Pay attention.
okay,
Yes.
just please ignore the
Not
distributed
anymore.
load.
نعم.
Please ignore the distributed load. بس هون يعني نفس الشيء بس كأنه ما عندي distributed load. Just more question.
إذا ما عندك distributed load, you can say that يعني if you don't have this part here,
Yeah.
you can say it's a two frame member. ساعتها the force should be along BC, along line BC. Okay? ساعتها you can say إنه I know its direction. ما بتعود to unknowns لأنه you know the angle. Okay? يعني ساعتها بتصير one unknown instead of two. But you cannot do this in this problem لأنه it's not a two force member. You have a distributed load acting on it.
Yes.
You should decompose it into BX and BY as two unknowns.
Yes. Doctor, here, so I calculated the exterior reaction at C, and I said that the reaction at B has an opposite direction, sorry, opposite sense than C. هلا وقت رجعوا عم بيشتغلوا على
هيدا
AB
البروبلم كارن او اذا ما في distributed ما فيك تعمليها بهالبروبلم لانه
لا
في
شلنا distributed load.
طيب شلنا distributed. ايه اوكي صح مظبوط. You can
Okay.
say انه B و C opposite. Yes.
اوكي بعدين عم بيشتغلوا على AB
اوكي.
رجعوا بسي على بوا.
لحظة شوي انت بس تاخدي AB بدك تاخدي الopposite to BX BY. C ما خصك فيها. انت when you take AB what are the forces؟ عندك البن A والinternal pin B. الاكسترنال
Yes.
pin A عنده AX و AY. اوكي؟ هلا انت اذا بلشتي بالاناليسيس انت لو ما عندك هون كارن هيدي اللود ما فيك
إيه
تعرفي
ولا
بي
no.
سي. you cannot know بي سي اذا هي up or down. كل اللي بتعرفيه انهم opposite at بي وسي بس ما حتعرفي اذا هن up or down. تتعرفي اذا هي up or down مزبوط بدك تعملي analysis of AB. when you do the analysis of AB okay you should have in this case that ال BY حتكون upward. You know why؟ لأنه هون أنت عندك distributed load downward. Okay. So on Y axis you have a symmetrical distribution on Y. مظبوط؟ بما أنه عندك symmetrical distribution on Y حتكونوا AY equals to BY إجباري. So and because the force is downward يعني أكيد ال AY و BY اثنيناتهم upward. So you can be sure إنه AY and BY are upward. So this will decide
Yes.
that this will decide
Yes.
إنه بما إنه BY is upward and your force at B should be along this line يعني أكيد كمان BX will be towards the right لأنه الفورس at B مجبورة تكون لفوق. So this is BY, this is BX. And then AX should be opposite to BX to have because no load in X direction على ال AB. ما في إلا ال BX AX, so should be opposite. So now you can be sure إنه BY is up. This is why حتكون ال reaction by action reaction now when you take part BC you'll take the opposite. يعني هتاخدي when you take BC now you should take the action on B down and therefore on C it should be up. يكونوا opposite. أكيد إذا بننسى ما في distributed role.
اوكي يعني اذا بشتغل على سي بي بتكون على البي داونورد، بس اذا بشتغل على اي بي بتكون ابورد.
Yes.
على البي.
Yes.
Thank you دكتور.
وبتبلشي من A B لأنه B C ما بتعطيكي إلا إنه they are opposite. Action at B is opposite to action at C. You cannot deduce الساين منها، بدك تاخدي A B تتعرفي ال true sign.
اوكي.
هلا if you did a wrong assumption بيرجع بيبين معك ب A B إنه إنه you selected a wrong assumption بتعرفي إنه it's the opposite.
Yes doctor, thank you.
But here you can expect يعني if you can expect why to do the wrong assumption.
Yes, thank you so much.
Any other question on this? So next time we'll do a review session. We still have only maybe 2 problems here. You can try to do them. We will correct them next time. And it will be open for your questions in case you have any questions. Okay? So try to practice with problem 3 and problem 4 on internal forces. And already on shear and bending, we did a lot of examples. So if you go over the course material over this, it's more than enough. Okay?
Thank you, doctor.
Welcome, Laila. Let me check if you have questions. 1 minute. Marissa, you asked what's X and Y. In which problem you mean?
I think Karen was asking a question about X and Y in chapter 4 to find X and Y sheet and the distance from something, but I don't really remember it. So I'm going to review chapter.
In 3D
if you have any questions, send it to me by WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Welcome. Yes, I will tell you when I put the sample test on Blackboard. Okay, I will do it today. When I finish it, I will tell you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye, doctor.